Okay, I don't know if I'm going to continue into the rubric of this is the rest of my life or not, but anyway, I made some abortive efforts this weekend to record the show with my wife, but it didn't work. So, gonna just see what we can come up with today, right now. You know, I wish I had a venue to publish my, how shall I put it, commentaries that I've left on YouTube on various things, mostly anti-Brexit. Every time I think of Brexit, it brings up John Cleese, because he's pro-Brexit. It just sort of pisses me off. It's funny, isn't it, how often the people who, when they were young, they were against the establishment and against the... they had what we would call the correct viewpoints on things. And they get older, they get more conservative. They don't like people wearing their hair a certain way or something. Just had a really, really good weekend. Got started on a really good painting. Just feel good about it. And got some progress on this song I've been working on for weeks. The album I'm doing right now is called Album 26 because it's the 26th. It's approximately the 26th album I've done, and I couldn't think of a decent name, and I want it to be sort of an open-ended project where there's no rush to finish it. Just take my time, just, you know, like that movie that Orson Welles spent 30 years working on. Something about the wind. I can't think of the name of it. Something's rattling in here. I don't know if you've heard of Habitat for Humanity. It's a charity, builds homes for people. Anyway, they run a chain of thrift stores, and went to one this weekend and got a Grover Washington Jr. album, just because I like him. I don't know anything about the album, so I get home, look it up. I haven't listened to it yet, but I found out it's got vocalists on it, and that is not what I look forward to when I listen to one of his records. Oh, I can't stand the time change bullshit. I got so used to driving to work in the dark, and now I got the sun in my eyes the whole way. Stupid. If something doesn't change soon at work, I'm going to bid off my job, go to a different tour, go to a different operation. The amount of work that is required of me is ridiculous. I hate it that I'm recording alone, because I decided I don't know. I got tired of it. And, but you're dealing with two people. You both have to be in a good mood. I don't know if it's because I've been actively exploring my memories for the last 5 years, or if it's just something that happens as you get older, but I've been remembering things lately. And it's not the fact that you remember them, it's the fact that you realize you haven't thought of that person or that incident or that place in 40 years. That's what's so odd. I thought of somebody's face So many people, I can't remember their faces clearly, but I remembered somebody's face. I can't remember who it was now, but I remembered their face, and I couldn't believe how clearly I remembered it. I remember the day I started working at Kroger as a bag boy. This guy was showing me around. And I was like, well, I seem to be getting along with this guy okay. That's pretty cool. And then he tells me, this is my last day. There was this kid that I went to school with. He was a year older. And he had the same name as one of the presidents of the United States. Anyway, he was also a bag boy, or courtesy clerk, as they called us. And the woman who was the supervisor over us told him, take Lance and show him how to do, they had a word for it, like spot and clean or something like that. And it was where you walk around the store with a bottle of squirt detergent cleanser stuff and a little scraper thing on the end of a stick. It just like clean up stains on the floor, bubble gum, whatever. So we get out on the floor away from her, and the other guy says, now look, the purpose of this task is to kill as much time as possible. He had, I don't know if he finished, maybe he was 2 years older, I can't remember, but he was no longer at the school, and he'd let his hair grow long in the back, and he was dabbling in being in a band or something. Can't remember, but college girl, he became a cashier, I think. Anyway, college girls would stop by and talk to him because they knew him, and I thought that was really cool. Saturday, was it Saturday? Must have been. No, it must have been, I can't remember what day it was. But anyway, my wife and I were going to go to this thrift store thing, and we dropped our son off at Barnes & Noble so he could look around while we went over there. So when we come back to pick him up, I go in the store to find him, and there was this, they got like a customer service desk in there, and there was this girl working at the desk, and she's really cute, glasses, and isn't it funny how 60 years ago, 70 years ago, you just, no, you don't find a woman with glasses attractive. No. That's all changed now. For the better, I think. Anyway, and I thought, my God, if I was 20, 21 years old again. Oh. But I always got stuck in relationships too quickly. I never was like, a roving playboy. Can't tie me down, honey. No, gotta move on. Oh, and so many chicks I could have been with wanted me to establish a relationship with them, but I wouldn't. You always do the wrong thing at the wrong time. My mirrors are messed up. I don't know why my son is buying books at Barnes & Noble. I can't stand to pay retail. Can't stand to pay full price. Speaking of which, I've decided the time has come. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I want to learn the saxophone, so I need to get one. I've got a clarinet. I guess I can practice on that for a while. But I was looking up the prices of used saxophones, and I'm just... I don't want to pay more than $200. That's the tops. I want a tenor saxophone for $200. Jeez, I don't know. Maybe I could steal one from somewhere. What burns my ass is they never want to teach you the way you want to be taught. I was looking up. I did find some basic stuff that might be useful online. But it's always, here are some simple songs you can play. I don't care about learning to play songs. The thing is, I want to learn to play about as well as Captain Beefheart could play. Just untutored squawking, you know? I think it was the fact... what brought it up? I can't remember now. Oh, I think I just randomly came across a video by Peter Brutzman. And that got me to thinking about the whole thing again. And he plays like that. Just toot, toot, squawk, squawk. You know. But really, I did not know that he also did artwork, wood cuts and assemblages and gestural abstraction. Oh dear. Somebody's throwing out some perfectly good furniture back there. Oh dear. I had a piece of cake when I woke up. I don't normally eat before I go to work, but I hadn't eaten in so long. You know, I didn't used to take a lunch to work. Sometimes I'd take a bag of carrots, baby carrots, and that was about it. And I tried, when I first started working up here, I tried that, and I was away from home so long, I couldn't go that long without eating, especially since the work is 3 times as heavy. But anyway, I'm thinking about, I used to fast in the old days, long time ago. I used to fast like 2 days at a time as a teenager. I'd like to go back to that sometime. All right. This drive makes me think of that Grand Funk song, Into the Sun. Okay, people, am I going to be able to get over? I guess so. I wish I could give up looking at the news, because it's just never any good. We're heading straight for digital slavery. This AI shit. You know, years and years and years ago, in the 50s, 60s, there was all this talk about, the technological utopia to come. The machines would do the work for us, and all the, every human on the planet would be freed to explore learning and artistic expression and all this. That's not what's going to happen. They're going to use machines, technology to put everybody out of work, and then they're going to say, but you're not working. I'm sorry. We don't owe you a living. No. You'll have to sell yourselves into slavery in order for us to feed you the scraps from our table. Property rights, you all signed up for it because you're all such strong believers in your religion. Yep. We will treat all of you as possessions, as objects. Sickening. And John Cleese will be right there to say, aha, you should have worked harder. You should have saved up a nest egg. You should have been like me. Made it big in show business. But then woke, politically correct culture has ruined the chances for up-and-coming comedians to make a living because they can't say nigger anymore. Oh, no. In the old days, a good stupid woman, stupid blonde joke would make you $1 million, but not anymore. The PC brigade, censorship brigade has ruined all that. Unbelievable. Daffodils are out blooming. Watch some old Eddie Murphy clips from Saturday Night Live from like 81. It's amazing he's still around. I can't believe how young he was back then. I can't believe Lou Gossett Jr. was the host of an episode of Saturday Night Live back then. And there's an episode with Jamie Lee Curtis where she's the host. God, she was so young and thin back then. Can't believe she showed her tits in a movie. Of course, I forgot about that. Her tits must have really gotten bigger after she had kids, because she's in Taylor of Panama, and Pierce Brosnan pulls one of them out. Some substantial knockers for somebody. I can't believe she won the Oscar. It's odd, isn't it? I can't believe that little kid from Temple of Doom won an Oscar. That is just bizarre. I saw that when it came out. What was that? That was 84? I can't remember now. But I would have been like 14. Yeah, something like that. 13, 14, something like that. And I remember thinking, oh, that's a little bitty kid. He's only 2 years younger than I am. Watched a lot of Peep Show this weekend. Such a good show. And the thing is, it makes you think, well, I'll watch some of their other stuff by Mitchell and Webb. It's no good because all of it has a laugh track. All the other stuff that they've ever done has a laugh track, and I can't abide that. I can't stomach it. It's just, it ruins it. There's a little pond over in there. Must be a private pond. There's a little paddle boat moored against it. It's been sitting there forever. I'd love to go over in there and look at it. Check out that pond. Probably this family had kids and they bought a paddle boat for them for their little pond. And then one summer they drug it up on the bank, and by the next summer they were too old to fool with it, and then they just let it sit there for 10 years. That thing's been sitting there ever since I've been driving this route. Well, I guess we're approaching the end of the episode. I'll figure out something. See ya.